This is a certified hood classic.
You know, at one point this was funny. This don't look funny no more, bro. This ain't even funny. Vitaly is breaking down inside the Philippines jail. Whew, boy, that's you, man. You mess around and you find out, bro. You mess around and find out.
The new Vitaly updates are insane. He is more screwed than ever before and is having a horrendous time in Philippines jail. He is stuck in jail for a few years until his trial, where
damn, boy, just a few years before the trial,
he will get sentenced even more.
Vitaly is still in the Philippines. He has not been deported to the U.S. or to Russia or really to anywhere pending his trial, which is expected to take 2 to 3 years to get to the trial, at which point he will be sentenced. The expectation is at least a couple years. Now, some people have said it could be up to 31 years. I don't think that's going to be the case. I, in fact, think that it'll be a smaller amount of time, a lesser amount of time. However, I think it will be a significant amount of time.
Vitaly, of course, in the Philippines was causing havoc, breaking multiple laws.
I'm gonna fucking rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money. No? Okay. No. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal fuck. Go get your vaccine. I was trying to give you money, but all right. Trying to be nicer.
Yeah, but not everybody want money from you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. That's like, you know, you going walking down the streets like, oh, I'm gonna give you money. It's like, why? You think I'm broke and shit? Like, you know, you can't. All money ain't good money. That's all I'm gonna say is, I know everybody make a joke like, oh, well, I would have took the money. I guess you would, but all money ain't good money, bro. You take some money, take something from somebody. Next thing they be looking for a favor. Maybe that favor gonna be inside you. You don't take money from everybody.
You. No, yeah.
See, stop playing with people, bro. Look, he like, bro, I'm not finna chase you over a hat, bro. Yeah, bro, yeah. You wanted to go to jail.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Please.
Just trying to see.
Yes. No. What are you gonna do? Hello. Hello.
And thanks to our man Legal Mindset, we have even more stuff going on with Vitaly. So the first situation is
this nigga look like the French Mr. Beast and shit.
Him in jail, and apparently Vitaly isn't enjoying jail, obviously, but people, crazy fans, have been trying to ship him food. So let's watch this first bit.
So a lot of people have been talking about potentially delivering food to Vitaly, saying that they're going to bring him food, they're going to hook him up. That is absolutely not happening. I can confirm that Vitaly is not getting food runs from supporters. There are some crazy supporters out there that do indeed support Vitaly, despite all of his insanity. But he is not getting food. There's a lot of reasons for that. First of all, his antis, his haters, could bring him tainted food. And if they just allowed any food by, well, then he could get poisoned. And, you know, of course, they're not going to be able to test the food. They can't run tests on every piece of food, every sandwich, every burger, every piece of spaghetti or Jollibee that gets brought into Vitaly. So because of that, and because they can't really do anything to test that, they are absolutely not allowing food to be brought in.
And on top of not being allowed any support from outside crazy fucking fans.
Him right there, that's when he was cool, bro. Like, this buff Geodude body built ass nigga, man. This macho, half a macho body built ass nigga, man. That nigga is different, bro. Like, he different, bro. That's the funny nigga, bro, that make pranks and shit. Be funny.
And Vitaly is in prison, suffering from what seems to be withdrawals. Legal Mindset speculates could be steroids, which he most definitely has been on in his life, so that wouldn't be a fucking surprise. Or drugs, which we've also seen Vitaly taking drugs. Oh yeah, and that's right, he assaulted a random woman on a jog.
Put your hand on the car, man. No, put your hand on the car.
Just lean on the car, please.
Lean on the car right there.
Damn, so he was probably high as hell.
Can you do us a favor and wait for us over there, please? Can you do us that favor?
Put your hands behind the back. I'm gonna tell you again. Put your hands behind the back. I'm gonna tell you again. I got to change the line. Put your hands behind the back.
Good. Hey, let me get another cup, bro.
Muscle back ass.
The other thing is Vitaly is having a really bad time in prison. I can now tell you that he is having reactions. He is having arrhythmias. People are speculating in the prison this may be due to withdrawal, whether that's from drugs or steroids or whatever else, but he is having severe or intense health issues, which we're going to follow up on, but they're not going to release him for that. They're taking care of that in the hospital. He's of course not going to die. He'll be fine, but he's not going well in jail. So it may be that he was on.
I mean, yeah, definitely he was probably on some drugs, bro. So here's the thing, man. Most people don't understand, like, when you do stuff like that, I mean, when you a drug addict, I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt, but when you're a drug addict, you're on drugs and you doing shit like that, it's one of those things where maybe this man needs to detox. Maybe he really needs some help besides just jail time, because he wasn't really hurting anybody. He was just being an asshole. He was being a big asshole in another country that don't have the same laws as we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so granted, I'm not trying to say that, he deserves to be out and so he could just go out and do this shit. I mean, every action has a consequence, so I get that. But, he might need a little bit more help differently. This might be something that's really good for him to detox and think about that, man, because when you start doing drugs, when you start doing anything hard, like, fentanyl is a big one, cocaine, you doing crack or something like that, any hard drugs, then, before you start, you have to start thinking. You have to think about this. And most people don't, but you have to think about what the hell is going to happen to your life if you get strung out on this shit.
Substances or hopped up on some sort of steroid or something else that was changing his brain chemistry and just making him enter, demon time or go crazy. We're going to have to see that as it goes.
I don't wish ill health on anyone, don't get it twisted, but he is suffering the consequences of his actions. And now, for this huge update, because Vitaly and all of these nuisance streamers probably think that if they commit some sort of crime abroad, they can rely on their home country to bail them out, to really help when times are tough, because they're abroad in another country. Well, Russia have disowned Vitaly. They are not helping him one bit. In fact, they are speaking out against his shitty behavior. Russia.
News article here from GMA News. This is the ambassador to Russia over here at the top, Murat Pavlov, at the Russian embassy in the Philippines. So going through this, Russia's top diplomat to Manila advised Russian travelers to strictly follow Philippine laws after a popular Russian-American prankster was arrested for harassing Filipinos. Vitaly Zorovetsky, a vlogger with over 10 million followers on YouTube where he posts prank videos in countries he visited, was apprehended by Philippine authorities in April for his series of law-breaking stunts.
Right.
Zorovetsky, who goes by the content creator name Vitaly, drew the ire of netizens after uploading videos of him harassing Filipinos while filming around Bonifacio Global City.
We used a Spectrum savings calculator before. I learned that since we're existing Spectrum internet,
the Russian government are not fucking with Vitaly or his behavior because it can impact Russian tourism, people from Russia who are living in the Philippines.
Russians are obligated to be in conformity with the law of the country they are staying in, said Russian ambassador Murat Pavlov. So,
plus, I mean, the Philippines has more political ties to the United States, in my opinion. So Russia really not only doesn't have a lot of jurisdiction, it doesn't even have a lot of moral support, like, over there. Like, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean you can just go over there and act an ass just because you're American. You get the same treatment probably, most definitely probably, even maybe worse, because we got ties with them. They really disown your ass. You can't even come back here looking ass.
Be very clear what he's saying in here is, you are obliged to follow local laws. And the Russian ambassador has it right on the nose here when he says, hey, listen, it doesn't matter whose passport you have, whether it's American, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever, you need to follow the local laws. That is something that The fact that it has to be explained to people is insane. The fact that it has to be put out there is really nuts.
And they're hoping that Vitaly's batshit crazy behavior won't have an effect.
So let's continue with this because he has some more really good statements here. So there's around, according to the embassy data, 5,000 Russians living in the Philippines. That's a significant number, and 30,000 visited for tourism in 2004.
Okay.
Pavlov
24.
says he generally finds that many Russians residing in the Philippines are disciplined. At the same time, Pavlov expressed hope that Russian visitors will not face discrimination despite Zordovetsky's behavior, and that future cases involving Russians will be handled discreetly by Filipino authorities. So this is very clear here. It's a condemnation of Vitaly's behavior, saying, hey, we don't want everybody else to be held to that standard because it's pretty crazy. What he did was insane.
I just love to see that Vitaly has no actual way out of this. He's actually fucked. He is going to be in the Philippines for a very, very long time, just waiting for his sentencing while in jail.
I hope doing the detox is giving him a chance to understand what he did is wrong, bro. What he did, like, you don't go messing with people, bro, because this is what happens.
Imagine that. Imagine how stupid he must feel doing all of this for streaming and clicks, and now he is spending very long time in a foreign country, in a foreign prison, because he couldn't think of anything else to do other than harass locals, break laws, and the guy fucking deserves it. Like the video if you're happy to see it. Comment.
Man, right on. Thank you for that breakdown. Look, bro, it's at the end of the day, it's just the same thing that we say all the time, bro. You mess around, you find out. You know what I'm saying? You gonna find out. You gonna find out, bro. And if you find out, you do it to someone over here in America, and you might not walk away from it. You do it to somebody over in China, you might not walk away from it. You do it to somebody over in Russia, you might not make it. You understand, bro? In Russia, pranks you, forks you, and bullets you. Like, bullet shoots you. You understand? It ain't no damn joke, boy. If you would have went back home, boy, you would have got that dishonor. They got the sword. You dishonor my family and pull that down, and it wouldn't have been good. Snipped, cut, slit, boy. You don't want that shit. Just stop.